Hi guys! Today I'm going to show how you can stream and create custom subtitle files from the English or any other language SRT file, or tweak an existing one for any video file type to any smart TV, Roku, Chromecast, Fire TV, and Apple TV using VLC. So let's get started. Here I have an AVI movie with an English subtitle file located using vlsub, which is VLC subtitle plugin that matched the video's audio pretty closely. I will link the VLC Software and vlsub plugin setup details in the description box below. You can either input a movie's title in vlsub or select the movie, then play and pause it. Next, go to View, VLSub, and click Search by Name. Then select and download a subtitle from one of the listed subtitles returned, then test to see if it matches. The selected subtitle will download in the same folder as the video file with the same file name, but with an SRT file type. You can search for other languages using VLSub, but if not available, here's how you can convert an English subtitle file to, say, Spanish subtitles using a website like www.syedgakbar.com/projects/dst. Once again, it's actually www.syedgakbar.com/projects/dst. I'm sure I jacked that name up, but I'll have the link in the description box below. You just need to select your local .srt file and select the translated to language. Next, you must page all the way down using the scroll bars by holding down the left mouse button to get to the last line, forcing the complete translation of the entire document. And finally, select Save As. Now rename your previous .srt file to srt.old and copy your new .srt file to the same folder as the video. Make sure that VLC auto detects subtitle files. Select from that option in Tools Preference. Now, once you have your subtitle file in place, here are the required steps to create a VLC stream which will include your subtitles. First, select Media, then Stream, and click the Add button from the File tab and navigate to that file you want to stream. Click the Stream button on the bottom. Please note, the subsequent steps I'm showing you only need to be done once, and all selected options can be saved in Notepad on your desktop. Then going forward, you can just select the video, then click the Next button 3 times, and paste your saved information in the generated stream output string box. Now, let's continue on. Click the Next button. Change the drop-down menu from File to HTTP and click the Add button. The default port is 8080, but you can change it if this port is already in use by your PC. Add any path name you wish. The source PC and target streaming device must be in sync as far as the reference port and path. Now, you will need to create a custom profile in order to display your subtitles in the stream. Click Next, select the Create a New Profile icon on the far right. I'm selecting a bitrate of 1000 with resolution auto, but you can increase or decrease the bitrate and/or resolution. If you're experiencing buffering, decrease it, or if your image is fuzzy, increase it. Your optimum settings will depend on your streaming device and internet bandwidth. First, the encapsulation tab. You should have MPEG-TS selected. Next, click the Video Codec tab. Select Video checkbox. Encoding parameter should have codec H-264. Select bitrate at 1000 kbs. This is what changes your profile stream resolution. Click on the resolution tab and change the scale to auto. Now, let's update the audio codec tab. Select audio checkbox. Encoding parameters should have codec MP3 and sample rate set to 44100. And finally, click on the subtitle tab. Select the subtitles checkbox and select checkbox overlay subtitles on the video. Give this profile a name and select the create button. Now go ahead and select your newly created profile from the Profile drop-down menu. Click the Next button. Select the Stream All Elementary Streams checkbox. And finally, select the Stream button. Check the bottom left-hand side of that screen that the video counter is incrementing. If this is not the case, the stream was not properly set up. I'm now going to demo streaming this video from a second VLC instance on Chrome and on a Roku. For Chromecast, I'm using the Player Extreme app with the IP address of my PC per the ipconfig command. I'll link each streaming device's app details in the description box below. Next, I'm going to use a French SRT subtitle file that I located on one of the subtitle sites for an FLV movie which was not quite in sync with the video. I'm going to show you two ways you can revise the file to generate a more in sync subtitle file that can then be streamed using VLC to any streaming device and smart TV. The VLC shortcut key to slow down a subtitle text placement that is being displayed after the audio is the letter G on the keyboard. The goal is to have it display a negative number in milliseconds by pressing or long pressing that key. The key to speed up a subtitle file which is displayed prior to the audio is the H key. These keys can be used when watching movies with subtitle files natively on VLC. The parameter to configure these settings during a stream is sub-delay equal to a plus or minus integer. The integer's value is in 1/10 of a second increments. So 100 means plus 10 seconds versus the G and H keys which are in milliseconds. You can use the G and H keys to identify what the proper subtitles timing needs to be to create a revised subtitle file for streaming. Once you've made your first pass of identifying and noting how many milliseconds the subtitle file is out of sync by, you can either append this information into the sub delay parameter with a colon in front of it in the generated stream option string box, or for a permanent solution, you can go to a website like http://subshifter.bitsandbytes.eu and generate a new file. I usually use my phone's stopwatch to get the approximate out-of-sync timings by pressing the stopwatch once the audio is spoken or the subtitle is displayed. Then I press the stop button when the matching sync to information appears. In this demo, the subtitles are displaying after the matching audio and need to be decreased by 4.6 seconds. So I'm pressing the G key to navigate to -4,600 milliseconds to verify. So, option 1 is to append the VLC command sub-delay equal to -46 in this example into the generated stream output string box. Then select stream. FYI, I created a 2000 bitrate profile with resolution scale equal to auto for this older SD movie. Or option 2, which is to generate a new SRT file with a delay of -4.6 seconds and tweak as needed, then stream using the new subtitle file.
Thanks for watching.